So he's a super team builder,
Yay!
building a meme coin to on Solana.
Oh.
That's valued $6.9 million
Yay!
pre-revenue.
Aww.
But he coded the whole thing himself for the Colosseum hackathon
Yay!
because he used Step.Fun Cursor.
Aww.
He made $1 million on Trump Coin, however.
Yay!
However, he breached the mantra and lost it all on OWN.
Aww.
So he's a super team builder,
Yay!
building a meme coin to on Solana.
Aww.
That's valued $6.9 million
Yay!
pre-revenue.
Aww.
But he coded the whole thing himself for the Colosseum hackathon
Yay!
because he used Step.Fun Cursor.
Aww.
He made $1 million on Trump Coin, however.
Yay!
However, he breached the mantra and lost it all on OWN.
Aww.
Hey, we are not done yet. We still have the bigger battle to come. That's the Breakout Colosseum. Hello, hello everybody. Uh, yeah, so for some technical issue, I'm have to start this a little bit late. Hope you don't mind, and I will do it really quick. Even this week, we have a lot of like wins for Super Team Vietnam. So let's get started. So welcome everyone to Super Team Vietnam or Super Team Vietnam weekly community call. And in this call, we are going to share each other on the win and everything that we are doing in the week. And so yeah, let me get started in a few minutes. What is this? Okay, nice. Okay, so agenda will be simple. We will talk about win of the week and upcoming events. So the first win of the week is Solana Startup is here. So please take a look at our screen. You see that all of the event that we are going to do in the next few months in Bali from August 14 to 20. We have Super Team Innodia with Startup Village. And we have also have CoinFest Asia in 21st to 22nd August. In Tokyo, Japan, we're going to have Super Tokyo 24th, WebX 25th to 26th, and across all of the events, we have Super Team Japan Startup Village. In Korea, we're going to have Super Team Korea Startup Village, and we have Korea Blockchain Weeks, where you can see all of the leadership of Solana Foundation and everybody going to that event. Vietnam, we're going to have Startup Village in Ho Chi Minh City from September 22nd to September 28th. And in Singapore, we have Apex Singapore and Token 2049, and also Singapore Startup Village from September the 18th to 29th. So yeah, that is a lot of events. So if you are coming to Asia, we hope to see you more and join us in our startup village. So actually, you can ask me like, why should I come to the startup village? What is the point? So startup village is actually a chance for you to meet other fellow builder in Solana. You can discuss latest technology and depend on the super team and their characteristic. That with certain things that we discuss. For example, like I assure you that if you go to Super Team Vietnam, we will be crazy on infrastructure, on real world asset tokenization and everything. You go to like other super team, you can see different team, and also in Super Team Vietnam, one of the selling part that we are selling this time is actually creative and media. We're going to like if you are a startup joining Super Team Vietnam in a startup village, I know for sure that there will be a lot of media for you to choose to kind of like have you catapult you into the Colosseum Hackathon, which is like we start around end of September and end around October, end of October. That's the win number one. Win number two is congrats Mohan for securing the second place in layer zero. So he won $7,000 in here, and yeah, that will be money for Mohan to carry on building layer building building his startups. So this is second place in the layer zero bounty, and his Mohan is building zero link, which is like an infrastructure for you to you can build from you can take the user from Solana, just stay in Solana, and the user can use the app in any other chain, which is amazing. I never see that thing happen before. So that's why Mohan also won a grant from Super Team Vietnam as well. Where he have more than 10,000 to start building in here already. So yeah, that is a win for Mohan and congratulations. We also have congrats to three winner in tokenized Web2 marketplace in C Bounty. Unfortunately, I don't think we have Vietnamese writer in here, but I truly encourage. But we have like the first winner. I know for sure he come from Indonesia. For the next one, for the last two, I'm not sure. But the first one, the reason why he win because he have very authentic experience of building in Shopee. It's a seller in Shopee, and one of the very valid problem that he point out that I don't think none of the participants point out is the problem that when you selling things online, you don't receive money immediately, And when you're short of cash, it creates a lot of strain into your startup, into your business. It might be not a big problem for people who selling for many years, but it's a big problem for whoever just starts selling. It kind of like create a higher barrier for people to join the market, and that is one of the things that we discussed why Web2 marketplace cannot scale, because if you cannot attract new seller, how can you scale? Win number 4 is we have, okay, this is my favorite win because you might know about the ACM fellowship. They have 20, they pick 20 people around the world to join this program. Each will receive a scholarship of 2,500 to study in 4 weeks. This is a mini incubator program. And we have 5 people in Super Team Vietnam win into this fellowship. So congrats to VE, to Châu Khắc, to Vivek, to Ming, and to Saitama Coder. So they win this, and we actually have, I probably say we have 25% of the ASEAN fellowship coming from Vietnam. This is like a big win. So a truly big win for Super Team Vietnam and all of this technical talent. We also have young talent cooking. So actually, this is not for so Trường is cooking a grant to help you to use HTTP 402, not 420. 420 is you know what it is, right? If you follow Elon Musk, you know what 420 is. It's actually talking about wheat. Yeah, I'm not big on that. However, Trường is like winning this grant for him to build CheapPay, which is a really easy solution for whoever want to create an application that create a pay wall, so people pay with crypto to access information. Why does it make sense? Because to be honest, I don't have like concrete example for you to build. I do think that in the coming weeks, Trường will show us what can be built with this technology. But this encourage you to ask a very interesting question. Look, normally you pay in blockchain, you pay to write data, right? What about reading? You don't pay to read the data. So who pay to read? Who pay all the fees so you can read the data? Actually, developer pay that fee so you can read the data. And to be honest, our technologists like us, we see this as a big problem. Why? Because look, what is Web2? Web2 means that I'm a user. I use the developer application, right? He pay for everything, and I have like pay him through different model. But this create a problem because if I don't pay, you know the famous saying, if you don't pay, you are the product, you are not the user. So in Web3, we try flip that model because now user really own the data with the public key and private key model ownership. And in Web3, but however, Web3 right now, we only pay when we write the data. We don't pay when we read the data. That creates a problem because whenever I want to deploy an app in Web3, I have to somehow figure out the server side, everything, pay for the RPC and everything. I think Vivek in here bring up the GMPC, everything about reading the data in blockchain, very costly. And it's inhibit for people to like write new software. Think about it. I'm a developer. I'm actually one of the most lazy developer in the world, you can say. And I never want to run DevOps, never want to run a server. I have an idea. I want to write a DApp. I want to write an UI to see that idea coming to life. But I don't want to maintain infrastructure. No, none of that. And right now in Web3, even we go to the model when we can pay to write, developers still pay to read, and he have to maintain the server and everything. Think about this when user is the one that pay to read. So actually developer just build the UI, house the UI somewhere. It's just static file, which is can be an app on App Store, whatever, right? And he doesn't maintain the server because now user read directly from RPC, which is lower the barrier for you to really write application on blockchain. Now you don't have to run the server, everything. You don't have to deal with the reading the data. Reading now is on this 420 protocol. And actually, to go along with this, in Super Team Vietnam, we have another team. Is Vertex building another mechanism for you to build a very smart way to query the data from blockchain. But I think that will be another topic for another day. So yeah, I can ramble the whole day about this. This is a very interesting topic to me. I'm a infra nerd, but yeah, the application will be not that obvious. And I'm very thankfully because next week Trường will go to Hanoi with us to join the Solana Camp in Hanoi and explain to you what you can build with this technology. The win number 6 is we have a technical sharing, unlock Solana Insight, building with data plugin from Mingbear. So he showed us how to read real-time data from Solana, how to do it. Yes, this is a very powerful tool and a very up-to-date, kind of like state-of-the-art tool for you to read real-time data in Solana. Win number 7 is we are running the Super Game Jam and in week 2 right now. This kind of like if you follow Super Team Vietnam, we are huge on building this thing with kind of like building games, ask people to like really think through what you want to build in blockchain, in gaming, and leverage blockchain technology. So this is the Super Game Jam team. This is the week 2 of their program, and I think they have like more than 50 teams apply for the program with more than 200 people in the program. Okay, upcoming. So before we go to the upcoming, I really want to like maybe spend a little bit time to share with you kind of like, because every time I go to the community call, really try to have something to really try to have like something to share with you about the idea of what to build in blockchain, because other Super Team Vietnam lead, this is the question I got all the time: what you can build on blockchain? Why blockchain? I have to be honest, today I was very busy, have to work with the government in Da Nang in here. I talked to them and I realized that they don't want. I tell them, okay, blockchain is cloud computing, and they say no, I don't want to hear that. I mean like fuck. If you don't let me explain blockchain as cloud computing, what should I do now? Because it's cloud computing. Because if you understand it as cloud computing, then everything else will start showing itself. But they say like no, I don't want to hear technical term. Show me kind of like some way to explain blockchain and I get it what it is and everything. I kind of like the whole lunch I just stay there silent and eat, because now if like you ask I feel like if you ask a developer to create something with a computer, that's exactly my feeling today in the lunch. So yeah, so that's the reason why that I create this slide to show you how to build application in Solana and categorize it into 4 categories. So it's kind of like easier for you to, when you build things, you try to find idea to build on blockchain, because blockchain new technology, whatever people are talking about it, but you have no idea what the fuck it is and how to use it, especially people who joining Game Jam. You are new to Super Team Vietnam and kind of like, okay, this is another scam. Why you ask me here what to build? So yeah, I try to present it here in a as clear a way as I can, as clear as I can. So we kind of like have 4 categories here for you to build in Solana. The first is Solana as cloud computing, which is obvious for technologies. Because we have a cloud computing for you to upload data and read data, just like normal cloud computing. However, they have several special characteristics, so you can build financial application easier and other things. However, the second application for Solana is Solana as Internet Capital Market, when you can provide global liquidity for existing or novel asset and cross-border highly efficiency. And the third is Solana as a social and governance platform, when you can digitalize social contract, ID, reputation, everything. The fourth is Solana as consumer application platform. Let me explain to you. So let's go to the first, Solana as cloud computing. So what it is? So Solana as cloud computing for me have kind of like 2 categories of application for you to explore. One A is you use Solana to store critical data application. So what is critical data? You think about whatever information that affect healthcare, logistics. I mean, everything that have a lot of value in life, right? The way why I do this, because I don't want to limit the critical data into just finance, but you kind of like look beyond the horizon. You see a lot of critical data out there. For example, like one example I keep saying again and again, and I never build it. I feel very annoying. Like last year when I was in London, there was a blood bank, right? So what is blood bank? So people go to the hospital, they contribute the blood, and they take the blood. Let's say I contribute my blood type is zero, is O, and they like 300 meter, put it in a slot, like slot name is 1000. Keep it there, expire in 7 days. So they can, whatever, if they need that blood type, just go to the slot and take it out. However, the problem is that last year some hacker they just encrypt all of that fucking data, and you have a lot of blood, but you cannot use it. This is a problem you can easily solve with blockchain because you just keep the information on chain, which is very small, just few bytes per slot. Just keep it on chain. You can read it. Nobody can hack it. Even people can hack it and chain it randomly. You just now that okay, the real data is from maybe 6 a.m. After 6 a.m., everything is garbage, and you can easily do a rollback, whatever, to show on the UI, and I mean make everybody life much easier. So yeah, that is critical data in application. The 1B is infrastructure project, like you make Solana more efficient, like passkey friendly, the app improve Solana read layer and everything. The second category is Solana as internet capital market. So you kind of like know the point of blockchain, right? We have a financial layer for token for everybody to issue asset on chain. So there are two application in two kind of like application in here. One, the issue asset on chain, like the issue stock, the issue gold, or better, the issue something that have no real life asset back, which is save you a lot of time dealing with regulator. Like I want to issue asset back on how many word I speak per day. I don't think any government want to regulate how many word I speak per day, right? That's stupid. But maybe sometimes that makes sense. Because think of it, if you think of like time when you work, it has some value. Or maybe you want to, if you have a machine that collects garbage, so maybe the amount of garbage that you collect have some value because you actually kind of like make the environment cleaner. So you can issue asset on chain, and I actually encourage everybody in the builder community just focus on asset that back on non real world asset, which is actually that is a startup job for you to explore new field, build new thing, and I mean ignore all the incumbents. They will go there. They will put a lot of regulation on whatever asset you see out there. I mean, gold, silver, real estate, whatever. For me, fuck it. I don't care about that because that is not startup job. That is the startup. I mean, big company, government, everything. They what is the that is the thing that on their mind. I talk to the government and I think the top thing on their mind is not really grow. It is grow, they need grow, but they want stability as well. And it makes a lot of sense for them. Stability for the whole society should be the priority, and we should take the job from them, which is we care about growth, we care about new market, new value, and make the society grow. So I think that is the job of startups, of founders, right? So everybody, when I talk to anyone who wants to work on 2A, and actually I'm actively go around asking you guys to issue asset on blockchain, but should be something that non-regulated, like whatever, like non-asset back. Then this is 2A, and 2B is like quite obvious. 2B is like you make trading more efficient. You kind of like you make the casino more fun. Is in a way you make the casino more efficient. That's 2B. On the DeFi, I actually most of the DeFi is 2B for me. I don't really want to say this is DeFi because it's a little bit like a little bit incorrect because an announce is that word DeFi doesn't capture a lot of imagination, but it doesn't explain what it do. But it's in here, it says very clear. You make trading more efficient than this to be. The two new category I want to introduce you to guys, like three Solana as social and governance platform. Why I mention this? Because I spent 5 hours yesterday talk to someone. She's work for when I don't know if you're watching the stream, so say hi. But to be honest, I spent 5 hours with you yesterday, super exhausted. But it's a good learning experience for me because you tell me about how the current real estate market is working. So she's working for a real estate agency, but it is not resident real estate. It is commercial real estate. And she tell me that if there's a company in Singapore, they want to open a factory in Vietnam, it takes them 18 months. Listen to me. It takes them 18 months to validate all the paperwork and everything in Vietnam and make sure that they just whatever the landlord give them, and then they rent the land and they do the license and everything. 18 fucking months. And my question to her is like, why it takes so long? She say, because most of the data is not digitalized. We have no way to make sure that that data, the chain of action to authorize a paperwork is really there. There's nothing like that now. Everything is on paper, and you have to go to a certain notary office to get information about a paperwork. So I think blockchain can happen here if we can kind of like reduce that from 18 months to, I don't know, 18 minutes. That's going to be amazing. So that is like issue on-chain identity. Identity doesn't mean only human, but human, machine, asset, and everything. And the second thing is like governance framework. It's not government, but governance. It's like how you can make people work together, human and machine work together. Let me give you one use case. So, for example, like go back to the problem when someone from Singapore wants to open a factory in Vietnam. So in order for them to build a factory is very complex because there's multiple contracts they have to do. One, they have to rent the land. Second, there's a zillion of license they have to do. Third, they have to go to the contractor to build the actual factory. And then maybe sometimes they have to go to the machine, they go to the contractor to hire employees and everything. So a simple action is like you spend $10 million to build a factory in Vietnam can relate to like 20, 30, 100 contracts. And those contracts are intertwined to each other. Like sometimes if this contract is not working, you cannot do the next contract. And that is something I call governance framework, because contract is just basically some human work together to make decisions, right? So if you can visualize everything, put all of the work process on blockchain, and all the party just join it, you can reduce all of the time for you to prepare the contract and everything from 18 months to like 18 minutes. I don't know. And maybe we can have some AI play in here to make things more efficient. So yeah, that's how Solana can play as a social and governance platform. And the fourth is like Solana as consumer application platform, when you can build mobile application consumer use case in multiple use case in here. So I think for me, four is just like a lump sum of other application, but a little bit more consumer friendly and for consumer to use. So yeah, that is the thing I want to share with you guys on what we can build on blockchain. Let's go back to the slide today. So yeah, let's go to the upcoming. So yeah, next week we're going to have the game jam. The game jam is still going on. We have workshop in here. Workshop every night at 9 p.m. We live on Space, in X, in YouTube, in Facebook, in Super Team, in Facebook Super Team Vietnam. And we still have in real life meetup, weekly meetup, Build Station in Ho Chi Minh City, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. And we'll also have the workshop with next 3 hyperspeed on-chain intelligence, which is like in the Solana Mobile Hackathon series. And of course, we have a Solana camp in Hanoi. It's only 5 days left. If you are not registered, please register. Yeah, there will be a lot of fun in there. We have a lot of people coming in because this event is around the GM. So GM Vietnam and a lot of people is coming. And yes, follow Luma Super Team Vietnam too, so you don't miss any event from us. I will keep the screen in here for a few minutes for people to ask questions. So yeah, I keep the screen in here for you to scan the QR code, follow all the event from Super Team Vietnam, and maybe I want to share with you something else as well. This is very recent. So after I share this, expect that maybe some of you can DM me and we can discuss more about one of the next thing I want to do with Super Team Vietnam, make it more decentralized. I mean, scale. I I'm kind of like a fan of. Do you know Kai Suleiman? No, he's from Multicoin. I think I really like Kai. He's a very interesting guy, and he's kind of like every time we um so kind of like he say that decentralization is not for fun. Decentralization is for you to scale, and I totally agree with that. So I kind of like, okay, if you see what I present, that we have four categories to build, and in each category we have like two subcategory and so on. So I think in total I have like not four. So in total we have like 10 subcategories to build. And if you look at Super Team Vietnam right now, for the last 6 months, I only focus on one thing. The one B, which is infrastructure. I don't do anything else. Why? It's simple. I'm human. I'm not expert on everything. So how can I scale? This is the type like the playbook I try to use to scale. It's not. You can DM me. We can talk about this. I say with this with David, and he on kind of like how they can use their expertise and use it. But this is let me show you what I mean. So basically, what is Super Team Vietnam, right? I take a close look at Super Team Vietnam, what it is, and Super Team Vietnam just basically you have a bunch of event on different. You nurture talent, right? But how you nurture talent? You have the top of funnel, which is like you throw event at university and everything, which is like just go to local community, you find ambassador there and let them do event. Then you got people come to Super Team Vietnam, which is can be decentralized right now because it's already decentralized. The second thing after that is we have to engage people, right? We have to show them technical. I mean, a lot of like workshop, even technical or business oriented, and ask people to like build startup in here or or make your skill better. So you can find a job. How to do that? So right now, what we do is that we have like we build Solana camp, we build workshop by ourselves, by the operation team. But the operation team is, and I am one part of the operational team, but I can tell you it's lame. It's super lame. Why? Because we just do one job, which is like whole event. Which is wow. Why don't we share that thing with the community? Because if you do big event, yes, there's a lot of moving part. If you do small event, then I'm a very big fan of small event. What happened if I let the community do all the small event, which is most people can do. And what happened if we invite expert in the community to say, hey, here you are not doing a good job on this field and that field, let me do that. I'm very happy to do that because you know, I don't know a lot of things. I just know a few things. So let me show you the. So I write this a playbook for hosting a team-based building series, and I'm going to share this in the member group chat and see. Okay, so the thing is, team-based building series is something that includes 3 to 5 workshop. It can be online or offline. Do not mix it. I try to mix several times, fail all the time. So it is kind of like advanced layer. You either do it online like this or offline. Do not mix it. And this center around a specific domain or technology. It can be centered around agriculture, real world asset with agriculture. You can be a trading, you can whatever, or you can be security. So optionally, it can end with a 3 day build a villa from Friday to Sunday. So you have like you have offline or online workshop before. You have some knowledge, you have some inspiration. Now you might sometimes you don't, but sometimes you might want to have a 3 day build a villa for people to come and build something. So web builder can team up and hatch and pitch and win some prize. The workshop format can be talk or panel, coding lab, feedback session, ideation workshop, whatever. And to be eligible for the grant, it should be at least 15% per workshop, 10 builder at the villa, and each event will produce a lot of content for social media for sure, because I need to know if you are doing it or not. And we have a budget norm in here, like project management and operator in general should be $500. Offline workshop, 150 each, online 100 each. And if you want to build a villa, we will give you 600. The rest maybe come from the budget of whoever comes to the event. So let's say if you want to do uh, uh, a very lightweight thing, you just need, like, suppose that you are someone from the community and say, hey, Super in Vietnam is not activate people on DeFi enough, and I'm very interested in DeFi. I think there's several things we can talk about DeFi in here. We can invite someone from, I don't know, Jupiter to talk about what is DeFi general, how to build on DeFi. Of course, the audience must be builder here. The audience must be builder. I can the next day, the next workshop, I can invite someone from Metera so they can talk about problem DeFi right now and the tool set they have. The next workshop, I can invite someone from, I don't know, Leverage, from, I don't know, whatever startup out there, and they can show you the own of the tool and everything. So for that, you can build a grant which is 500, and 150 multiply by 3, which is 450 in total, 950. So you organize everything, you look for partner, you ask people in Discord, and enrich the knowledge. Also, like, work with all the team as, I mean, partner. So yeah, you can come to me and with that grant, $950, boom, just approve it, and then you run it. And I hope that in the future, Super Team can run, I mean, multiple TBB at the same time, so you don't have to wait for the operational team, which I say is lame already, slow, lame, and I am the bottleneck of Super Team right now. Super Team is scaling. I don't scale. I just have two hands. Sometimes now I have AI, but I don't scale. I don't scale that fast. So what I want to do is that I give the power back to the people, right? So you really want to give the power back to people. If you want to build this, come to me, let's discuss. And I really want to support you with grant like this so you can activate the community. And maybe by the end of this year, we'll see more startup coming from Super Team Vietnam with, like, in different principle, with different category, more colorful, let's say, than whatever happened in the last 6 months. Yeah, I have the grant proposal template in here for you, the website template, the Luma event template, and everything. So I will say this in the chat. I say this in the chat. So if you interested in this is what we are doing. We have, like, give the power back to the community. So if you want to build and host this TBB, DM me. I'm on either on the best way is, like, maybe you go to Twitter and you tag me and you ask, like, I want to build this. What is it? Then I can reply you and we can have a conversation on public. Everybody say it. That will be the best way. Do not DM me on Telegram. I'm slow on Telegram already. So yes, that's how we want to scale Super Team Vietnam. I hope that this new topic will engage you guys to ask some more questions. Else, I will hang around for 2 to 3 minutes and then we can end the stream. I see there's 106 people in here. If you have any question, So yeah, that's awkward silent for a few minutes. So I mean, I put a link here. If you love to see it, want to talk to me about this initiative, about the crazy guy from Super Team Vietnam who's publicly saying he's very, I mean, lazy, boring, and want people to do the job, then yeah, that is the things. I believe that the power of Solana is coming from the community. The power of Solana is not coming from, I mean, some guys doing some job become gatekeeper and say what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing to do. No, no, that can be a good way to bootstrap a community, at least for me to get started, because I guess I come back to Super Team Vietnam 6 months ago and I cannot do like I try to do something like this at the beginning and it's not working because even some people don't remember my name. But now, been here for a while and I think it's a good time for you to maybe try it. Okay, nobody asking. That's good. Thank you very much for joining this call and see you next time. Bye bye.